I can't believe it's already time for my first update in the Out the Door in 24 project. Of course, February is a short month, and I did my intro, I think, in the beginning of February rather than the end of January, so it kind of got squished. But it's time to update. And I think we're actually going to see some progress on the products that I have in this project. All of the information about the project will be listed in the description box below. It is a Pantastic Ladies collaboration, and the Pantastic Ladies is a Facebook group. So again, all that information will be listed down below. The idea of this project pan is that you pick 24 beauty items, can be hair care, skincare, body care, makeup, whatever you want it to be, and you focus on using up those products in 2024. And then at the end of the year, anything that's not used up, you have to declutter. Okay, you don't have to declutter. It's your project. You can do whatever you want. But the idea of the project was that those items would then be decluttered, and so therefore they're out of your inventory. In addition, it also has a second component, and that is decluttering 24 items from your home in each month. And like I said in my introduction, that adds up to 288 items out of your house in addition to the 24 that are in the project. So first, let's find out how I did on the makeup that I have in the project, and then I will update you on the household decluttering. First of all, I'm working on an SPF, and that is the Iris and Romeo Weekend Skin SPF 50 Vitamin C Plus Glow Broad Spectrum Sunscreen. And I have been using this daily. And remember, I do have another sunscreen in the project, but I won't be working on this one until this one is gone or July or August gets here, because that's when this expires. So this one has no usage. Also, I did not keep track of usage of each product because that was overwhelming to me. I am just going to show you progress in getting things gone. I don't know how many times I use this to get that usage. Maybe that's something I'll add in future months. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But you can see here where it was and where it is now. Products 3 and 4, we have substitutions for. The third one was the Revlon Photoready Perfecting Primer. And I used this once, thought it smelled a little bit odd. And then the second time I used it, I knew that it did not smell right. And I'm just not going to use a product that I think has gone bad. So this one's actually going to get thrown out because it's gone bad. And the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer that I said also smelled odd, I have decided not to use that one because I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to smell or if it's bad. But I actually think I mismarked it because I got some of the air out of it, and there's a lot less in there than I actually thought there was last month. So I don't feel quite as bad throwing this out as I did when I thought it was still half full. And yeah, it just smells off. So I'm not putting it on my face. So these two are going to go in the trash. But I'm not going to go on with less than 24 products, so I just rolled in 2 other primers. The first one is the Essence Prime Plus Studio Hydrating Plus Skin Refreshing Primer. When I want a hydrating primer, I really like this one. It's just a really lotiony consistency and does what a hydrating moisturizing primer does. It just moisturizes your skin. So I have that one, and this one has a lot of air in it, but the product has settled, and I believe that's where it is. Okay, so it's about half gone. And then I also put in the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. This is actually the second one of these that I have purchased, and you can't really tell from the outside how much is left. It is an airless pump, and if you take this off after you've used it up, you think, oh my gosh, there wasn't anything in there, because you can see the bottom of the container, but it pushes up from the bottom as you use it. And so there's not very much in here. I will use it until it won't pump out, and then I open it up and use a Q-tip and scrape out what's in there. So I don't have a lot left of this. I think this will probably be the first thing that actually gets used up. So these 2 are going in place of the 2 primers that I am getting rid of. By the way, I do have a lot of these products on my face today, not all of them. I am testing a new foundation, and so you're going to have to wait for that to find out what it is and how I like it. If you want to make sure you don't miss that, then make sure you're subscribed, turn your notifications on, and set them to all. The foundations that I had were the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream in 21 and 27. I need to mix these in order to get the perfect shade for me, but I also sometimes use them individually to mix in with a foundation that's either too dark or too light, because they just really work well as a mix-in. And so I actually have them both counted as individual products. And the 21, I actually seem to have made more progress on than the other one, but it could just be the amount of air in the container too. And so I was there, and now I'm there. And then on 23, you can see the marks right there. So I'm making progress, and I'm really excited about it. The Maypore eyeshadow primer, I don't even have it marked as to how much I've used, because you use so little that there is still an entirely full tube. I mean, I just barely squeeze it and it comes out, and that's all you have to use. So I doubt that I will get through this in 2024, but at the end of the year, I probably will get rid of it, because at that point, it will probably be too old to keep. So we'll just see how far I get. The Morphe concealer, I have no idea how much is in here or how much I have used, because I cannot tell through the container. But if I rub the doe foot against the side of it, it stays clear. So I kind of think maybe it's down to about here. If I go further than that, then it fills back in. So I marked that. Okay, this Flower Beauty Miracle Matte Translucent Setting Powder, I really like this. I don't think that you can get this anymore. I think this has been discontinued, but it's super finely milled and does a great job setting my foundation. So I'm going to take the sifter out if I can without making a mess. And powder floating everywhere. And I've used it, but you really can't tell how much is in there or how much was in there before, but I've used it. So in some cases like this where you can't tell how much has been used, it might be better for me to keep track of my usage as much as I really don't want to. On to bronzers, and the first one was the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in Honey Drip. And I have used this quite a bit. I do not know if you'll be able to tell the difference. Hopefully, as the year goes on, it will become more obvious that there's been usage. Because for this stuff, I'm always going to compare it back to the original, not the prior month. And then the Laura Geller Baked Bronzer, and I know that there's a bigger pan showing in this than there was originally. So that's really exciting. The Doll 10 Hydra Cream Blush in She's a Doll, I seriously doubt if you'll be able to tell anything there. I've used this several times, but man, cream blushes, you use so little of it. For this Essence Mosaic Blush, all you need is pink. I was really hoping that there would be a tiny little pan showing, but there's not yet. I can still see those rings though. Can you guys see them? So I don't think it's going to take long, but again, it just takes longer than you think to use up makeup products. And that's the benefit of a project like this, especially if you have a lot. You realize how long it takes to use something up, and that there are categories that you will just never be able to use up all that you have. And I guess that's okay, because I also like to sew, and I have a fabric stash that I will probably never use up either. And that's kind of the way of hobbies, I think. So I don't want to come down too hard on having more than you can use. The difference is fabric doesn't go bad and makeup does. And so I want to be conscious of that and actually work on using up products and not just bringing in more and more and more. And honestly, having a YouTube channel, that's kind of difficult, because the videos that do well are the reviewing new makeup. And you often see in comments people wanting creators to go back and use stuff that they have, use old makeup, don't always be so consumer driven. But when that's what gets the views, it's really hard not to put your focus there. And for me, I don't have the budget to constantly be buying new makeup. So I'm really working hard to create content that you guys want to watch that doesn't require me spending a lot of money. The foundation that I told you guys I was testing, I actually got paid this month from Amazon for my affiliate links. And it is the second time that I've gotten a gift card from them. It was $11. I have now made a total of $21 through the Amazon affiliate program in a little over 2 years, but I did use those funds to purchase the foundation that I'm reviewing. So my Amazon windfall went right back into the channel. Moving on to highlighters, you are not going to see any evidence of use in these, I don't think. Maybe in this one. I think this one I used the most. I didn't even put highlighter on today. I think I'm going to fix that. Okay, there. I use the Wander Beauty Wanderess Glow in After Hours, and there's a dip there, but I don't think it's any bigger than it was before. So it's going to take a while. Also in the project is the Becca. Oh no! That's what just happened. It all is on a piece of paper, so I think I can probably put it back in and repress it and then be very careful with it. But the pictures are going to be messed up. Oh, moving on to Flexitarian from ColourPop. And I think maybe you can actually see the little gouge where I'd stuck my finger in is kind of getting less deep. So maybe you can see a little bit of use in that one. There's a lot of product in these, you guys. The e.l.f. Bite Size Palette in Cream and Sugar. I think there is definitely more pan in this shade than there was before. And I think the dips are deeper in the shimmers. I don't know that there's anything you can tell in here. I did use this today. I wet this and used it as eyeliner. And I also used the e.l.f. I Love You a Latte as a companion palette because this is one of the browns that doesn't really look great on my eyes all by itself. There's a certain neutral brown that looks just like I put dirt on my eyes. I know dirt is brown, but it's just weird. If it's not a cool brown or a warm brown, it just looks maybe ashy is the word that I'm going for. So what I did was I went into this in my transition and then I combined this with this to deepen up the outer corner. And I just like the way that it looks better. So I probably will continue to use this as a companion palette in helping to get this one used up. In fact, I think I'm just going to put it in the basket with it. Moving on to some pencils, I have the Wet n Wild Kohl eyeliner pencil in Simma Brown now, and that is on this piece of paper. And you can see it, I'm measuring it from the bottom of the paper to the tip of the pencil, and there is a little bit of movement there. The black Wet n Wild Breakup Proof eyeliner, I have only used once or twice maybe, and so there's no progress to report on using that one up. Then I have my lip combo, and I have been using this quite a bit, the Moira Signature Lip Pencil in Posh Pink, and that shows a bit of usage as well. The ColourPop Lippy Sticks in Cookie, and again, I am showing a little bit of usage. There's just not very much in there, but it is showing some use. And the e.l.f. Mint Melt Lip Gloss in Chocolate Mint also is showing some use. So I think that's really good progress on these 3 lip products for the month. And the last step in the makeup is the setting spray, and those are the last 2 products in the project. And the first one is the LA Girl setting spray, and I have used quite a bit of that actually. I think with as much as this has showed that probably 2 months and this will be gone. So that's really exciting. And then also I have in the AOA setting spray, and we actually took this one to my daughter's dance competition last weekend. They had some special makeup they were doing in one of the dances, and we used this to intensify the shadows that we were using and also to set the effect on their faces. We were doing mermaid scales. So this shows that much use. If you like panning content, I hope you enjoyed seeing my progress with this one. Oh, I got to tell you about what I decluttered from the house. It is also still makeup. I have not really delved into the decluttering the house aspect. I have so many projects I want to do. I just haven't gotten to them yet. But I decluttered my lip products, and I am getting rid of lip products, glosses, pencils, bullets, liquid lips, that kind of thing. Some of them are old and are going in the trash, and some of them I'll be passing along to family and friends. But that's way more than 24, and so I'm counting it. So what panning projects are you working on? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're working on and how your progress is going. If you've just found my channel, welcome. I'm Tina. I invite you to subscribe and become part of the family here. And if you are a longtime subscriber, thank you for coming back time and time again. I'll put a couple videos here if you have a little more time to spend with me, and I'll see you over there, or I'll see you in the next one. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye-bye.